Hi, Flicks here. Sorry I haven't been on YouTube for a very long time. My name was originally Puppy Kitty Jedi. I changed it because I wanted to be, because Puppy Kitty Jedi kind of sounds silly. But this is a video that I wanted to make for a really long time, and I've been talking about it. I've been talking about it, and I've been thinking about it for a while, actually, because they made some announcements for Lantern Entertainment, the current owner of the company that produces the company. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't like saying the name, but we already know the company, the successor of the Weinstein Company, which I already said it, but Lantern Entertainment made a deal with Spyglass just recently. And Spyglass, if some of you guys don't know what Spyglass Media Group is, that back 20 years ago there was a company called Spyglass Entertainment, and they were a pretty big company at the time. I actually used to watch a lot of their films when I was very young. And so this video is going to be about, of course, Scream season 3, which hasn't been yet released, and it's going to be. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about Lars Klevberg, the director who's currently directing the new Child's Play, the new Chucky film that's going to come out later in June, which I'm going to talk about his film Polaroid. That's about to come out maybe 2019, 2020. But the only reason why I'm talking about Lars Klebber because he's releasing Child's Play this year, which I'm very excited for. But before he did Child's Play, he started on a film called Polaroid, which has never gotten the light of day. And also Scream Season 3 never got on the light of day. So what for two of these things, I'm going to talk about how Spyglass Media Group or Lantern Entertainment should how they should release these properties in 2020. And what I was gonna say, oh my god, but I was gonna say how should they release these properties. For Polaroid might be a very hard one to release. It probably depends how well Child's Play, the new Chucky movie, of how that might do well. If the movie Child's Play does really well, it might probably release Polaroid maybe in 2020. I don't think it's going to be released on Netflix. I don't think there's no way for the movie to be released on Netflix because they don't have the deal was terminated. So if they release Polaroid, they should release it on a streaming service. I'm not like on Netflix, but they should release it on like Amazon Prime or Shudder. Those are probably the two streaming services that I might pick for that movie. And also Polaroid, because Lantern Entertainment, they can't release that movie because of lawsuits. So for that particular movie, I'm trying to think of how they should release this actually, because I've been talking about this, how should they release this movie. Of course it has to depend on how Child's Play does at the box office. If that does really well, they should think of giving Lars Klevberg more work on more movies, and also to finally release the movie Polaroid, give it an actual release though. But I don't think the movie's gonna get a theatrical release. There's no way that's gonna get a theatrical release. I think they should usually for these kind of small horror movies, they should release on VOD, or that's what they should do. They should release the movie through the Radius, because the movie's from Dimension Films. If Spyglass and Lantern Entertainment does want to release that movie, they should release it. It's going to be still from Dimension Films, but they should release it through the Radius division that they currently own in Spyglass, to release it on VOD sites. They should release that on VOD. And for the movie Scream, not movie Scream, but the TV show Scream on MTV, people are saying like the new season's going to be on Netflix. It can't be on Netflix. I don't know why people are making videos like, oh, it's on Netflix, gonna be on release on Netflix in like 2020, October 2020, October 2019. There's no way it's gonna be on Netflix. Maybe a possibility, but no, I don't think it's gonna be on Netflix or maybe Amazon, maybe because I mean, just recently, The Upside, their most recent movie, The Upside, did really well. Maybe Amazon could pick it up, but I think the two perfect places that Scream season 3 should premiere could be either the streaming service Shudder or YouTube Red. I don't know about YouTube Red because they're thinking about shutting down maybe. So I don't know if that could be on there, but or they I don't know if it's going to shut down, but they're done doing original shows, like mostly scripted shows. But I think it should be like on Shudder or VRV. But VRV is owned by Warner Brothers. But they should release like on Shudder though. Scream season 3, that's also going to be another hard one to release. And MTV, they're the current owners of that show. But if you read the articles for that show, like for that current season, because Lantern Entertainment, they made a settlement with Netflix and Viacom. So they said they might shop the show around. They can't release on Netflix no more. MTV probably doesn't want it. And people are saying it they might probably don't want to release it because it's bad. I don't think that way. I don't think they will not release the show because it's bad. There's two main reasons why I think they will not release season 3. One being is Harvey Weinstein, of course. That's the biggest reason. Second thing is because if you know about Viacom in general, MTV is owned by Viacom. And some of us probably already knew about this last year in 2018, back in 2018 on MTV's sister TV network, Paramount Network. They released a TV show called Heathers, which was very controversial. When I saw the trailer for that show, I actually thought it looked like a very fun show. I never saw the original Winona Ryder movie from the 80s, but the show looked like a fun show. It was like an anthology show, but the only reason why they pulled it, and also did like several edits of the show is because of the content, and also the content around school students, especially with school shootings, and they didn't even like finish the show entirety. They only aired like 4 or 6 episodes. One episode had to be edited into one episode actually. So yeah, one episode actually had to be totally edited to not to because of like how many deaths that's in that episode. But yeah, I think that's probably the big main reason why MTV does not want to release Scream season 3 is because of Heathers. Heathers was including Scream is a show about like a slasher trying to kill high school students. And like I think the subject in that season was probably too controversial, so that's why MTV probably didn't want to release it. But I think like if Spyglass Entertainment I'm not gonna say Spyglass because Spyglass, I mean they own Lantern Entertainment now. Lantern Entertainment now owns Spyglass. They teamed up with Gary Barber to do the company. If Lantern Entertainment and Spyglass think of bringing back Scream, because there's actually talks of them actually rebooting a new movie through Blumhouse. Jason Blum didn't actually pick up the rights yet, but they're actually in talks actually. But if they do release season 3, if they're actually thinking of, because I really don't want them to scrap this season. But I think if they do release season 3, if they do shop it to other network, and actually the hardest part, like how are they going to like shop this around for international networks? That's the main reason. Like, how are they going to shop this around to international networks? Yeah, the U.S. side of things might be a little easy. MTV's not going to do nothing with the show. I mean, yes, I'm talking about the MTV show. I think MTV might probably sell the rights back to Lantern Entertainment through in Spyglass to probably release the show either on the streaming services. They were trying to do that with Heathers and they failed. But if Scream did stay on MTV, they probably just totally scrap it. But if MTV gives the rights back to Lantern Entertainment, saying here, shop the show to some other streaming, not like on Netflix, but if they shop it around to like smaller horror genre streaming services like Shudder, if they sell the show to like Shudder, which I think it might be that will probably be a great streaming service. That would be probably a cool streaming service they could probably sell it to. They can't sell it to any broadcast network. Amazon could be a good choice to sell the show to. They can't, but they can't sell it to Netflix. There's no way they can sell it to Netflix. But they could either sell it to Amazon. Amazon, that's a big streaming service. They could release that show worldwide. They could release as an Amazon original. Lantern. And yes, I'm telling Lantern Entertainment and Spyglass and MTV and Viacom to do this now. If you guys are afraid to release Scream Season 3, you should just give it to like a stream service. Not like on Netflix, but you should like make a deal with like AMC Networks with Shudder to release that season on there. And like for Polaroid, that's a movie that I still want to get for that to get released. And Polaroid, that's actually a harder one because Lantern Entertainment was actually about to originally release this movie, but due to a lawsuit, because they actually had a lawsuit with the movie with I think it was one of the financiers on that movie. They said like Lantern Entertainment, you cannot release this movie. So that's probably gonna be hard. That needs to depend on Child's Play because Lars Klevberg, after Polaroid never got released, Lars Klevberg, he's now working on the new Chucky Child's Play remake, which is gonna come out. He's working on that movie now, and that's gonna be his directorial debut. In my opinion, that's his directorial debut. Really, if you think harder, Polaroid's actually his directorial debut. But if you look at his filmography, he only worked on short films. One was the award. I don't know if it's award-winning, award-nominated. It was a Norwegian short film called Polaroid, and the other one was called The Wall, which I never saw. I actually just recently saw Polaroid on his Instagram account. Actually, he actually posted the full short on his his Instagram, which I actually just recently saw. And it was actually pretty scary. It's just kind of sad that the movie will never see the light of day. But I think they would. I think they will release the movie. It just depends if Child's Play does really well. And I don't think it doesn't need to do really, really well. But if it's like a modest success, if it does make its money back, they should studios might hire Lars Klevberg to do like more movies, and they will probably release Polaroid on they might release it through VOD. Like I think Polaroid will probably be like a good VOD movie. It will probably just be like a VOD release, I think, or maybe release on the streaming service. So yeah, but I'm trying to think some other movies that like what Lantern Entertainment owns though. I'm not gonna put Hellraiser on there because they don't have a new Hellraiser. But there's a few Lantern Entertainment releases. Some of them actually got distributors, by the way. Though Mary Magdalene, which was supposed to come out like in 2016, that finally has a distributor with IFC Films. So that's good. But the three films actually not the three, but the two films that haven't got released was The Current War and Polaroid. Polaroid, that's gonna be, I don't know how that's gonna be released. Current War, that's kind of an easier one to release because that's kind of a awards contender. And there's actually some talk, there Lantern Entertainment are actually in Lantern Entertainment are actually in talks with one of the producers, David Glazier. David Glazier, he's actually now currently working on a show called Yellow. I think it's called Yellow Park or Yellowstone on like Paramount Network. I don't watch that show, but like that show did really well on the Paramount Network. So he basically since he was fired off at the company, he made his own company, and he's actually in talks with Lantern Entertainment to release that film. They might make a distribution deal with that movie. But Polaroid, that's gonna be a hard one. But Polaroid, I'm gonna tell Lantern Entertainment and Spyglass this now. If anyone who is watching this video, and I yes, if Lantern Entertainment, I'm actually talking to Lantern Entertainment and Spyglass this right now, and also Viacom for this, for Polaroid and Scream Season 3. They need to shop that around to a streaming service. The two perfect streaming services that I think the show will do good on is Amazon Prime. Will definitely probably pick up the show, or Shudder. Those are the two. YouTube could be a possibility if they could still do original shows. But for Polaroid needs to Polaroid's release depends on how Child's Play does. That's what I think. If Child's Play does pretty well, I think some distributor might pick up Polaroid and release that movie. So yeah. But Scream Season 3, like, that's kind of a hard one to think of. And like now, since Scream Season 3 still hasn't aired, like now they're in talks of rebooting it with Miramax. So I don't know what's with Lantern Entertainment though, with those distribution rights though. But I think Scream Season 3 will probably premiere. I just don't think it will premiere on MTV because you know how Viacom is. Like I don't think Viacom doesn't want to do nothing with the show. They'll probably just sell it to probably either Shudder, which I think is a great place. And yes, since I'm making this video now, I want, like, if this video gets up to like 100,000 views, like I really want this video to make 100,000 views. So if someone is actually watching this video, tell like a big YouTuber to make a video on this, because I am actually giving some good things like how to release this. There's other videos on. I watched other videos on Scream Season 3. There's like this one little kid keeps saying like, "Oh, Scream Season 3 might get released." I'm like, bro, you're making like clickbaity videos. And there are some people saying like Scream Season 3, like who can, and there was one guy who made a video. He said like he was very excited for Scream Season 3, and he doesn't even like care that it would get released, like because he gonna get released. It's sadly not gonna be released. But I think, in my opinion, I think Scream Season 3 is probably going to be a good season. Yeah, it is kind of sad that the original cast is not going to be it. But I think this season might be really good, though. I mean, it looks promising. You got the original Ghostface back. And they got some good actors, though. Like, yeah, Queen Latifah as producer. That's actually a little bit weird for me. I mean, Queen Latifah. I mean, she's kind of a weird choice for that season, but like that they actually got some great talent for the show. I mean, I think his name is Brett Matthews. He's did some great teen TV, but I don't know if MTV. Like, I probably say MTV. They're kind of afraid of releasing it because I mean, sorry about that. Actually, my video crashed. Um, but yeah, I think that's the only thing I'm about to say. This is actually kind of probably my most longest video. It's 22 minutes. But yeah, my video on Nelly crashed, which I don't know if this is gonna upload correctly or not. But yeah, I'm just giving out like thing. I'm just this video is totally for Lantern Entertainment and all the other studios out there. Like, this is notes, and I want this video to get 100,000 views. And I'm not joking with this. This video needs to get 100,000 views. I don't want like 5 views or 14 views. I want 100,000. So if someone is watching this video right now, if anyone is watching this video right now, and I made a new video, I want to see a bunch of videos about this topic. I want to see like Jimmy Champagne make a. I want to see Jimmy Champagne or Breezy Films or like what other horror YouTubers out there. What was that lady? I think her name was like Katie something. She used to make videos about Scream, the TV show. I want her to make a video about this. So yeah, this is my video about Scream season 3 and like the Lantern Entertainment. Lantern Entertainment currently owns Dimension Films now. So this is my honest thoughts and like honest opinions about this. But yeah, I'm actually done with this video. So see ya and goodbye. Are you